One of the club's missions is to recognize and honor people who've contributed to the advancement of aviation and space flight. And wow, we've got some great accomplishments to talk about this evening. Let me just check here. Are you guys all set? Do you have seats? Last check. Anybody who doesn't have a seat? Because I really want to make sure everyone's got one. Everyone has a seat. If not, you're going to raise your hand, right? Good. And I'll tell you in a moment why seating might be a little tighter than usual. Hey, tonight we're honoring three gentlemen for their aviation accomplishments: Professor Tom Leonard, Dave Morse, and Robin Reed. And I want to thank you all for being here this evening to help us recognize them together for their great accomplishments. Now, also later this evening, we want to help keep our industry strong and growing. And so we're here to help launch the next generation of aviation aerospace leaders. So in a few moments, we'll be awarding scholarships to three very deserving aviation students. The scholarship committee, led by Sandra Clifford, is also looking at the possibility of additional scholarships at one of our events in the spring. Now, this event this evening is also our big fundraiser for those scholarships, so please visit our silent auction table and bid outrageously high. As you know, we are lucky to live here in the San Francisco Bay Area, home to the highest gasoline prices in the nation. So when you go back there and you bid on that $100 of avgas, I want you to bid at least $200 for that avgas. Remember, it's all for our scholarship fund. Now, speaking of money, many of you have written checks so far this year, and those go straight to our scholarship fund, and we want to thank you for that. So if you're not buying at the silent auction, hey, please consider writing a check later in the year. Now, I would like to take a moment just to recognize some of the folks who have made some of our larger donations this year. So just go ahead and stand up for a moment when I call you out. Jim Jensen. Jim is one of our large donors this year. We also have Kathleen Malone. Kathleen, I know you're here somewhere. I haven't seen you. There she is. Great. Thank you very much. And also Daryl and Diana Strachan from LAC Avionics. And where are Daryl and Diana? They're here somewhere from LAC. Anyway, they've also made a, there we go, large donation as well. We also had large donations this year from two people who couldn't be here. One is Peggy Fawcett, the other is Alan Eustace. Anyway, we'll tell you more about one of those folks in just a moment. Now, our Aero Club is an affiliate of the NAA, which is the nation's keeper of aviation records. And I wanted to let you know that a couple of new records have just been set by members of this Aero Club of Northern California. Now, our first Crystal Eagle Award dinner was in 1983 when we honored General Jimmy Doolittle. Since then, the largest attendance at any of these dinners was in 2005 when we honored astronaut Eileen Collins. Until tonight. Tonight, you've all helped us set a new record with 238 people registered for this dinner tonight. So, now I want you to know that this kind of record attendance has a special name in scientific circles. This phenomena is known as the Leonard effect. So we want to thank you all for coming here to help us honor Tom Leonard tonight. But you're not the only new record holders. Of course, you've just helped us set a record here. You may have heard that yesterday there was a fellow who was a little bit depressed, a fellow by the name of Felix Baumgartner. Well, the reason this poor gentleman was depressed over in Austria was because yesterday, an Aero Club of Northern California member, Alan Eustace, set the new world's high altitude record when he rode a balloon to 135,890 feet and then parachuted back to Earth. So, if you take a look at the screens, you can see the balloon being filled up at sunrise at Roswell, New Mexico. Now here, Alan is going to be leaving the ground. Look at this. Oh, go ahead. There we go. So this is Alan suspended from the balloon. Hanging below him is 200 pounds of equipment, including oxygen, environmental controls, carbon scrubbers, and probably a little air conditioning as well, too. So this 200 pounds was attached to him and rode with him back to the Earth. He landed after he was released let's see, 15 minutes for the descent coming down, and he landed 70 miles from where he took off. So I've got to tell you, Alan sat next to me at our spring luncheon that we held, and he didn't even mention that he was working on this project. Or if he did, I probably thought, boy, this guy is crazy. I mean, but it's really fascinating what he was able to accomplish. So your board of directors has been working very hard on your behalf this year. In the past 10 months, we have held 5 events, and we're looking at possibly increasing the number of events next year. So we hope to see you at other events as well. Now, if there are any speakers that you want to hear during the year, please let me know your suggestions. Now, our membership committee led by Terry Reinhardt was also very busy, and we are within a couple of members of having tripled membership, paid members over what we had last year. So thank you very much for joining the Aero Club and your support. We also created a brochure. Do you see the brochure sitting on your tables there? It's a little colored trifold brochure. Let me see if I have one right here. Maybe not. There we go. That's it right there. So this colored brochure was something that one of our board members, Walt Geiger, suggested for recruiting new members. And that was designed and laid out totally by our communications committee with no outside expense except for the printing. So we got a talented group of folks. So we're hoping this will also let more people know about our organization. Finally, we completed a conversion to email communications. So hopefully most of you are hearing from us about once a month. Now I'm going to ask our hardworking board members to stand so you can see who they are. If you would please hold your applause till the end. Let's see, where is Ron Blake? There he is, standing in the back. Ron, raise your hand. Ron's responsible for the silent auction. Sandra Clifford of our scholarship committee. Where's Sandra? Stand up if you would, please. There we go. Go ahead and remain standing. And Carl Honecker is not here this evening. Where's our vice president, Glenn Falcon? Glenn is located. There he is. Walt Geiger, who's new to our board. Where are you, Walt? And let's see, Ray Hutchins, who's responsible for our AV things tonight. Thank you, Ray. Tom Leonard, our Crystal Eagle Award winner, right here. We've got our new student board member, Jameson Marino. Where are you, Jameson? There he is. Eric Peterson, our treasurer. Is Eric? There he is in the back. This guy has been working up to the last second to get things ready for us tonight, as has everybody else, frankly. Terry Reinhardt, who's responsible for all our catering this evening. Where's Terry? Thank you. That tells me people have already started eating if you're applauding. That's what that means to me. And also thank Cheetalot Catering, which is taking care of things for us. Frank Sweeney, our newsletter and photographer. Where's Frank? Good. Sharon Sweeney, who did all our name badges, the centerpieces that you see here. And I should mention that she also did a replica of Tom Leonard's 1968 Ford truck. It's sitting at this table right here. That truck is completely identical down to the altimeter located on the front panel. So walk on up here later. Chevrolet, pardon me. There we go. You can tell I didn't graduate from San Jose State. Rick Wilson, our secretary. And let's see, Scott Yelich. She does all our bio work. Super. Let's have a big hand for these folks. Oh, Janet Hitt. Where's Janet? Janet Hitt. Thanks very much. I forgot to mention we had one member who just retired from our board. I like to call her my favorite Fed. Janet Hitt, where are you? She's here. All right. Excellent. Hello, Janet. Thank you for all your service. All right. I mentioned the Aero Club is an affiliate club of the National Aeronautics Association. We're happy to have with us NAA President Jonathan Gaffney. Jonathan, there he is sitting up front here. Thanks for joining us. And I believe, though I haven't seen him here, that we've got Dr. Dean Sue, for Dean of Engineering from San Jose State College. Is he here somewhere? I have yet to meet him. Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Sue. Pleasure to meet you. Now, this is really a long shot. I'm going to go out on a limb here, but is there anybody else here who's in some way connected with San Jose State? If you are, go ahead and stand up and cheer. Let's see. How many people here are associated with San Jose State University? If you're a student, faculty, graduate, attended classes, wow. All right. Next year, I'm going to ask the people who are not associated. It'll be easier to... Now, I'm thinking also that given this, what do you suppose? Should I next year just call up the alumni office and ask them to sponsor this entire banquet for us? That's what I'm thinking. All right. Now, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and stand up with me and join me in a Pledge of Allegiance and a toast. So if you would place your hand over your heart, as we say the Pledge of Allegiance, veterans, you may also render a hand salute. And I think we've got our flag there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing if you would, please. Raise your glass. Let's look to the west with me. West is more or less in this direction. Let's take a moment of silence to honor the 13 previous Crystal Eagle winners and all members and aviators who have gone west in the past year. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, now I would like to introduce the Aero Club's Vice President. In addition to being a professor at San Jose State University, he is an aviation lawyer. He's the man who's responsible for most of the slides which you saw running during the reception. And I can't frankly think of anyone more appropriate to kick off our scholarship awards presentation, so I'd like to give you Glenn Falcon. All right. And
we actually have the checks here.
we do. Okay, you've got Curtis, right? Yeah. This one.
I'd like to tell you about Curtis Rowe, our 2014 James M. Nissen Scholarship Awardee. Curtis' first flight in a general aviation aircraft was made as a young eagle out of Watts Woodland Airport when he was in the 3rd grade. Although not from an aviation-oriented family, his parents have been supportive of his aviation interest by arranging him for flights in unique aircraft such as Boeing B-17, Stearmans, and these have fueled his passion for aviation. Curtis graduated from Pioneer High School in Woodlands and transferred to San Jose State, where he is currently the safety officer for the Precision Flight Team and treasurer for Alpha Eta Rho. Among his many accomplishments, Curtis has achieved the rank of Eagle Scout with the Boy Scouts of America and Master Mason with the Free and Accepted Masons of California. Curtis is funding his college education through financial aid, along with some assistance from his parents. Isn't that the truth? He was recently hired as a line service technician with Rabbit Aviation here at San Carlos Airport, and is excited to finally be working in the field that he loves and to begin gaining aviation work experience. He has been saving his money so he can begin flight training this summer, and the funds from this scholarship will go a long way to realizing his goal. Curtis is on track to graduate in the spring of 2017 with a BS degree in aviation management and plans to use his aviation degree and leadership skills he has been developing to pursue a career in either airline or airport management. Please, let's welcome Curtis Rowe.
Calvin, would you come on up here, please? Oh, look at him in a uniform. All right. So, I get the privilege of introducing Calvin Diaz, who grew up in Los Angeles, California, where his passion for aviation was sparked by frequent visits to LAX with his father to watch the aircraft. His first flight was aboard a commercial airline in Central America with his family, and it was on this flight that he knew he wanted to become a pilot. How many of you can relate to something like that? I know I can. While attending La Puente High School, Calvin participated in the Mount San Antonio College TRIO Upward Bound program, which helped prepare him for college. After graduating from high school in 2013, Calvin was accepted by 7 of the 8 universities he applied with. He chose to attend San Jose State so that he could pursue his dream of becoming a commercial airline pilot. Calvin is currently enrolled in the Air Force ROTC program at San Jose State, where this program will provide him the access to quality flight training and leadership development that will be required in order for him to achieve his goal of becoming a professional pilot. Finances are tight in Calvin's family, and while his parents help with his college expenses, Calvin works between semesters and has taken out a student loan. The funds from this scholarship will be greatly appreciated and help with the financial issues. When Calvin graduates in 2018, he will be the first in his family to earn a 4-year college degree. And he feels a great sense of responsibility. Calvin feels a great sense of responsibility to complete what he has started and set a positive example for his younger brother and sister and serve as a role model for his peers. Let's once again congratulate Calvin on his award. Calvin? All right. Scott? There you are.
Good evening. I think we're going to have to check that Rabbit Aviation. They may be up for offering a scholarship. I think we've given enough scholarships to Rabbit Aviation fuel transfer specialists here. It's my pleasure this evening to introduce the 2014 Aero Club of Northern California scholarship recipient. Juan Killinger graduated from Rincon Valley Christian High School in 2011, and then he attended Santa Rosa Junior College, where he earned a cumulative GPA of 3.77. I won't ask you to raise your hand how many of you have been able to achieve that. He then transferred with highest honors to San Jose State University, and started this fall flying with the Flying 20 out of Reed Hillview Airport. He expects to complete his private pilot certificate by the beginning of next year, and then enroll in San Jose State's new professional pilot program. This program will allow him to earn credit, college credit, from some of the flying instruction that he's going to be completing through a Part 141 FBO. Juan has an extensive record of community involvement and volunteer service, both on and off campus, and is currently a member of the San Jose State Precision Flight Team. He's worked and saved since his first year in high school, and he's looking forward to getting his first aviation-related job. He's been working a lot of jobs, but looking forward to that first aviation-related job. He's rapidly depleting his savings, he informs us, and will eventually have to take out a student loan, but this scholarship should help delay that a little longer and help him continue his aviation pursuits. Juan will graduate San Jose State in the spring 2017 and plans to work as a flight instructor to gain flight experience. And by completing San Jose State's professional flight program, this will allow him to be eligible for the Restricted Airline Transport Pilot, ATP, certificate when he has only 1,000 hours. This will provide him a significant advantage towards his career goal of becoming a professional airline pilot. Help me welcome our 2014 Aero Club of Northern California scholarship recipient, Juan Killinger.
How about a big round for all of our scholarship winners? And enjoy your dinner.